how double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders who came before them, that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua back with the WW3 Daily update. We're going to keep this as succinct as possible. We'll start with 1 Corinthians 15 and 33 in the King James. Do not, so like it, be not deceived. All right? Evil communications corrupt good manners. All right? NIV, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. NLT, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. All right, do not be deceived. Don't be misled. Bad companionship, like who? Like Fox News. Like CNN. Like mainstream media. All right? Look at this. Evil discourse corrupts pleasant minds. All right? Stop being deceived. Wicked friends lead to evil ends. All right? Okay, we'll keep it short. Let's watch this. I used this a minute ago in a video I just made and is going up today. But it needs to be, some people just watch the World War III Daily Update. They don't watch my other videos. So this is very pertinent. Let's watch this. This is Don't Speak News. All right. March 18th. War Update. U.S. Army Colonel tells the truth about Ukraine on Fox News. All right, so let's watch a little bit of this and understand there are two sides to every story. One of them is the truth. Maybe. All right, here we go.
Rule number one of live news broadcasting, never get a guest on that you don't know what their answer will be to a question. I'm guessing whoever booked this U.S. Army colonel, an expert in Eastern Europe, will be getting fired in the morning and the presenter is probably still choking. Yes, especially on Fox News here. So let's get into it. This is from the Jimmy Dory show. And so I just want to play this interview for you because this is one of the few times, one of the very few times you'll ever get actual truth, especially out of mainstream media. So here we go.
And this is a colonel from the United States military, and he's going to make a gaffe. And what is the gaffe? He's going to tell the truth. And this guy doesn't know what to do because he's going to tell them the truth about Ukraine right now. And watch this.
The first 5 days, Russian forces, I think, frankly, were too gentle. They've now corrected that. So I would say another 10 days, this should be completely over. But the question is, what is it that Zelensky is going to do? The Russians have made it very clear what they want is a neutral Ukraine. This could have ended days ago if he accepted that. And then they can adjust.
So there's a colonel from the United States military saying this could have been over a long time ago if Zelensky would have just agreed to keep his country neutral. Won't do it. Here we go.
Borders. But the eastern part of Ukraine is firmly in Russian hands. But again, the Russians are not seizing territory. They're destroying Ukrainian forces. That's their focus.
Colonel, it sounds like you don't approve of Zelensky's stand.
Well, I think Zelensky is a puppet. And he is putting huge numbers of his own population at unnecessary risk. And quite frankly, most of what comes out of Ukraine is debunked as lies within 24 to 48 hours. The notions of taking and retaking airfields, all of this is nonsense. It hasn't happened.
He's not a hero. I mean, he's standing up for himself and his own people. You don't think he's a hero?
No, I do not. I don't see anything heroic about the man. And I think the most heroic thing that he can do right now is to come to terms with reality. Neutralize Ukraine. This is not a bad thing. A neutral Ukraine would be good for us as well as for Russia. It would create the buffer that, frankly, both sides want. But he's, I think, being told to hang on and try to drag this out, which is tragic for the people that have to live through this.
I'm inclined to disagree with you, Colonel, but you know,
But yeah, what can I do? I can't say I agree with you. I'm getting paid by the people who are profiting off this war.
And that's exactly the point. Stuart Varney's getting paid by the people profiting off the war, so he can't tell the truth, but he knows darn well what the truth is. You could see it on his face as the colonel was speaking there. He looked rather shocked that the truth was actually coming out. But there it was, and there it is. That is the truth, guys. Everything that comes out of Ukraine, as far as, we're retaking airfields and, the ghost of Ukraine and, the guys on the Snake Island thing, all ends up being debunked as lies within 48 hours, just like the colonel said. And Zelensky is a puppet, just as the colonel said. He's not a hero. He could have ended this war. It never had to begin. But he's been being pushed and prodded along. And the Azov regiment would not let him implement anything different than what NATO and the West wants.
He's a clown, a comedian, an actor, a puppet. We'll show you that real quick.
Because guess who gets all the weapons first? The Azov battalions. The right-wingers. Yes, the Nazis. There's no need to call them neo-Nazis. Let's just call them what they are. They are Nazis. I've shown that time and time again in different videos, interviews going back 8 years on mainstream in the West. But of course, now all of a sudden that doesn't exist. All of a sudden that's a conspiracy. When it was the opposite a year ago. But anyway, to go along with all of this, we have Ukraine also becoming the first country to implement the Great Reset. So until Russia invaded Ukraine, the Great Reset was failing miserably. Well, knowing how the cult operates, we warned back in April of 2021 that the globalists were surely preparing another crisis. And here we are a year later, of course, in another one, with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Great Reset's not only back on schedule, but it already has its first victim. While everyday Ukrainians have their entire existence taken over by war, the Ukrainian government silently implemented the Great Reset and barely anyone noticed. So as a result, Ukraine becomes the first country in the world that surrenders to the NWO, implementing a social credit score, universal basic income, a digital identity, and, yes, you guessed it, the passport, all within a single app called Daya. And so there is a posting of it from a couple days ago on Twitter.
Okay, good enough. So, as you can see, you are basically being fooled. Right? You're being deceived. And what was that? Don't be fooled. Don't be misled. Be not deceived. Okay? Let's find out who this dude is. Come on. Who is this guy? This puppet. This clown. Who's this clown?
You might have seen videos like
Slovakia. Who's this clown?
Здрасте.
Василий Петрович Голобородько?
Да.
Доброе утро, господин президент.
Привет, как дела? Серьезный день, ребята. Как настроение? Класс?
Comedian. Zelensky piano. Who's this guy? What does it say? Zelensky 2016 playing the piano with his Johnson. Let's see. Is this real? There's your president, Mr. President.
Все, все. О,
О,
ну,
да, да.
ну, праздник,
Ну, тут,
на, извините, так сказать,
да,
ну,
да,
тот на бис,
да.
да.
Не, ну тут,
Ну, мы не
А,
придем,
да.
ну, это,
да, да,
да, да
да,
еще, ну, тут так, да.
Нет, ну тут, да. Да.
Era misión, atención. Alors,
Voilà.
et, là, ta, ti, si.
Is that good enough? Let's see. What was that on? Let's see if I can go back and find this. Let's see. How long ago was that? That was weeks ago. When we had this guy. What did we have? Was that it? Let's see. Let's see. See if we can find this clown. Oh, it was like a State of the Union. Let's see. Zelensky addresses U.S. Congress. Okay, this guy. Oh, look at this. Yes. Inappropriate. How is this inappropriate?
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky. Slava Ukraina! Slava Ukraina! Glory to heroes. My colleagues, Slava Ukraina!
Wait a minute. That's the piano player right there.
Slava Ukraina!
The penis piano.
Glory to heroes. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, members of the Congress, ladies and gentlemen, Americans, friends, I'm proud to greet you from Ukraine, from our capital city of Kyiv, a city that is under missile and airstrikes from Russian troops every day, but it doesn't give up. And we have not even thought about it for a second. Just like many other cities and communities in our beautiful country, which found themselves in the worst war since World War II. I have the honor to greet you on behalf of the Ukrainian people, brave and freedom-loving people who for 8 years have been resisting the Russian aggression. Those who give their best sons and daughters to stop this full-scale Russian invasion. Right now, the destiny of our country is being decided. The destiny of our people, whether Ukrainians will be free, whether they will be able to preserve their democracy. Russia has attacked not just us, not just our land, not just our cities. It went on a brutal offensive against our values, basic human values. It threw tanks and planes against our freedom, against our right to live freely in our own country.
Wait, that sounds like what happened in Tulsa when they used the World War I planes to drop bombs on the little town there that was full of the Judites. Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know? Sound familiar?
choosing our own future, against our desire for happiness, against our national dreams, just like the same dreams you have, you Americans, just like anyone else in the United States.
Not anyone else in the United States. You're speaking on behalf of your people that look like you. What happened to the so-called Africans that were trying to get the hell out of Ukraine? You can't go nowhere.
I remember your national memorial in Rushmore.
What? You did not just say that. Them criminals?
The faces of your prominent presidents.
Slave owner, rapist, hated Negroes.
Those who laid the foundation of the United States.
And he goes on to say something about I have a dream, which is a whole nother can of worms. All right? When you get right down into it. So this is who this guy is. All right? Wait a minute. Let's do something here. There he is. There he is. Wait a minute. There he is. Wait a minute. Who's that? Wait a minute. Who's that? More. You get the picture? Clowns, bunch of clowns. Let's type this in. Wow, I got to type it in because it's not coming up. Oh, here we go. Talking about reality TV. Wait a minute. What's this?
Well, I hope everybody will join me. TakeOnBigTech.com. TakeOnBigTech.com.
Your president?
New York City. It's the benchmark for success. Believe me, I know. My name is Donald Trump, and I'm the largest developer in New York. I even have a television show. I thrive on energy. This isn't a game. I'm not playing games. Who will succeed? Who will fail? And who will be the apprentice?
Reality TV. What are you watching? All right. You are the best in the room. I had such a President Trump. I had such a wonderful time doing The Apprentice. I might do it again after the presidency. I might do more reality TV after reality TV. Let's do a little search here. Let's do a search. The number one reality show host. They're not going to show it. Let's see. It's definitely Donald Trump. The 20 greatest reality. You know they can't say it now. Okay. Top 10 reality show hosts of all time. I'm sorry, but you know who it is? It's Donald Trump. Let's see. Let's feed him a little bit. They're not going to say it. They have to expunge it. Donald Trump says his show is #1 on NBC. Whether he was #1 or not, don't be talking about Trump. Whether he was #1 or not, he's a reality show host. The Apprentice. The Apprentice is an American reality television program that judges the business skills of a group of contestants. It has a run in various formats across 15 seasons. Look at that. That's pretty substantial. 15 seasons before he became the president. All right. Donald Trump was the show's host for the first 14 seasons. Right? After Trump declared his run for the presidency, NBC announced that actor and former California governor would become the new host of Celebrity Apprentice. Actor. You see where this thing is going? All right, so with that, let's take one quick look at what might be going on, because you don't know. You don't know what the hell is going on over there. What did the colonel say? He said, don't believe a damn thing you're hearing. You know how easy it is to get a hold of one of these so-called news outlets, right? Even this guy. You think if they threaten this guy's family, hey, is this a picture of your daughter? Is this your wife?
If you...
I bet you better say what I want you to say.
This is an extremely high-tech 5,000...
See what the voice of reason got to say. Come on, voice.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am...
We got your wife right here. You better say exactly what we want to hear.
Host, the voice of reason. Today we are now entering day 26 of the ongoing war between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. And today what I immediately wanted to try and talk about and discuss a little bit is some of the Russian both missile, artillery, and airstrike activity that we have been seeing. And I wanted to try and apply some reason to what we're seeing. And first and foremost, I would say that obviously, unfortunately, yes, civilian targets are being struck by Russian missiles and military assets in terms of, in some cases, very, very large munitions indeed. Now,
funny he says that the Russians are doing it because this guy, all right, this guy is saying that it's the Ukrainians doing it. Let's see, where shall we go here? Let's go Slovakia. Let's go back to where we were. Where's this guy? His name is... We were just there. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. Slovakia. Bear with me.
Of America as it is today, democracy.
Let's go back. This is
members of Congress.
The whole thing is hilarious. Okay, who are you going to believe? You're not supposed to be deceived over here. Look at this. That's the penis. You got penises. You got to use the word penis.
Всему политическому истеблишменту.
Crazy.
The colonel said.
This guy,
And
don't
Zelensky
speak.
is a puppet, just as the colonel said. He's not.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go here. Salakia, bear with me. Where's this guy at? Take it down. They even have to take some things down so that you know. Looks like they did. I have to go to Paul and Adrian here. Because this guy, he will take some shit down because they're coming after him. Let's go to Paul and Adrian. Let's see what we got. Looks like Paul is taking his down too. This guy. All right. Now this guy is saying that the Ukrainians are bombing their own. All right. Let's find out who he is real quick.
Please go to this.
This guy's name is Patrick Lancaster. All right. And he says, dozens killed by Ukrainian cluster bomb attacks. So who's telling the truth? All right. Who's telling the truth? What is real? Strawberry fields. Nothing is real. All right. All right, so that should be enough. Just go in and look. Judge for yourself, but remember this. Be not deceived. Let's go to Matthew. This is right before wars and rumors of war, right? Wars and rumors of war. Matthew 24:4. And Yahushua, who you ignorantly called Jesus, answered, he's talking to the disciples, answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. All right? What's the war really about? It's about bringing in the new world currency, right? Where you'll have to do this. What's the war actually about? It's all about deception. Wars and rumors of war. What's the end result? Revelation 16 and 30, Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? What did this guy say?
Go to this video. You're not going to.
Slovakia. What did this guy say? Wow. What did he say right here?
Said he's not a hero. He could have ended this war. It never had to begin. But he's been being pushed and prodded along.
Why?
And the Azov regiment would not let him implement anything different than what NATO and the West wants. Because guess who gets all the weapons first? The Azov battalions. The right-wingers. Yes, the Nazis. There's no need to call them neo-Nazis. Let's just call them what they are. They are also becoming the first country to implement the Great Reset. So until Russia invaded Ukraine, the Great Reset was failing miserably. Well, knowing how the cult operates, we warned back in April 2021 that the globalists were surely preparing another crisis. And here we are a year later, of course, in another one with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Great Reset's not only back on schedule, but it already has its first victim. While everyday Ukrainians have their entire existence taken over by war, the Ukrainian government silently implemented the Great Reset and barely anyone noticed. So as a result, Ukraine becomes the first country in the world that surrenders to the NWO,
New World Order,
implementing a social credit score.
social credit score. Now, listen close. Here's where the money comes in.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. This is money. This is currency. How? Currency on what?
A digital identity and
a digital identity and
yes, you guessed it, the passport.
Okay, now how are they going to achieve that? This is money. This is your ID to track you wherever you go. And this is how you are able to move from one state to another. Passport. See that? You have to have what? You have to have that to be able to move freely. They got to know that it's you and your money's on it. Okay? They're going to say that, oh, but that's an app. No. Okay? When you stick your credit card or your debit card into that machine, what do they say? There's a little gold thing on there. What is that called? All right. Well, they're going to move from this app to what? They're conditioning you for what? For this. This is the reason for the war. Okay? Don't be deceived. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to have a digital app? No. In their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? What's that thing? What is Elon Musk? Up there. Slovakia. Neuralink. We got to go into it? Or in your forehead? Forehead! That's in the back of his head. That's in the back of his head. We got to go in here? There's your forehead. Just get ready. You understand? Just get ready for what's coming. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified, and that we're going to say shalom.